All right, you ready for some more experiments? Today's practice is again going to start off a little experiment, then we're going to grab a new technique or a new labeling process, and then we're going to head into our practice of the day and keep building on everything that we've been building on over the last few days. All right, let's get ready. Find that position, let's get ready to settle in for a quick experiment. All right, let's take a nice deep breath in. Exhale and settle in. Find that breath. Nice deep breath in. Exhale and settle in. We're just going to take a minute to run through some different experiences that you had, similar to what we did yesterday. Okay, but we're not going to spend a lot of time in there. So let's take a nice deep breath in. And I want you to bring up that happy thought that you brought up yesterday. Bring up a nice happy experience. Exhale and let it go. All right, now I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Think of that sad moment that we brought up yesterday, a time in your life where things weren't going well, where you were emotionally drained. Exhale and let it go. I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And I want you to get ready to conjure up and think of an aha moment. One of those moments in life where something clicked, where you were struggling with something and then all of a sudden a solution presented itself. Maybe it was a simple math problem, an academic type of thing. Maybe it was something you're struggling with emotionally. Or maybe it was a life problem, how you're going to get rent paid, or figuring out a solution for something at work. But there was a moment in your life where you kind of had that aha moment, where things became crystal clear and a solution was given. I want you to think of a moment like that. A moment where you gained a new insight into life. So take a nice deep breath in. And let's try to bring up that picture of that aha moment. Exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And now we're going to go to a moment when you might have been frightened, scared. It doesn't have to be I'm not looking for a real traumatic scared here. I'm thinking about the time that maybe your brother jumped out of the closet and scared you, right? Or your sister turned off the lights when you were in the bathroom and it freaked you out for a moment. You were at camp, a moment when you were scared. Maybe it was getting ready to go in for an interview or talk in front of a class. Just a moment when you felt a little uneasy and unsure, a little scared and frightened. Okay, let's take a deep breath in, bring in that moment, and then exhale. Now let's take a deep breath in, exhale, let's let go of that sad moment, that scared moment. Let's take a deep breath in, and let's exhale and let go of that scared moment. And now, because we always like to go back to a happy place, let's bring up that image of that happy moment. So let's take a deep breath in and bring in that happy moment. So here's the quick question of the day. We just jumped around 4 different parts of your brain, if you will. We quickly went through 4 different, somewhat varied, and one extreme to the other, happy to sad, scared, aha moments, very quickly. Our mind is this vast universe of thoughts and ideas and potentials. So the question is, why do we spend so much time in a small corner of it so often? The analogy that I like to use when I'm looking at this is what I call slot car brain. We talked about them before and a couple of days ago in our practice about the loops, the things or the stories in our head that go around and around and around. And I like to think of that as what I call slot car brain. When I was growing up, I had these great little racetracks, and you put this car in a little slot and you hit go, and it went around and around and around, and it stayed in that single slot over and over and over. That track kept it right there. And you could go faster or slower, but there was no lane changing. There wasn't going anywhere else. It was just over and over and over. Now, that's fine for a little toy when you're going to be racing against your neighbor friends and with those tracks. But why are we going to limit ourselves to a single track and play it over and over and over again when it comes to the vastness of our brain? When it comes to our brains, unlike that track that's fixed and put together, and once a track is created, it has to stay that way and goes around and around and around. Our brains have the ability for what's called neuroplasticity. And basically what that means is we have unlimited tracks and potential. And we have the ability to lay down whatever track we want, but more importantly, to go from lane to lane within that track. We don't have to be stuck in a small little spot in our brain on the same little track, playing that same loop over and over and over again, whatever it is. We have the ability to check out the rest of the universe of our mind and to create new pathways and better loops, better pathways. What I want you to take away today and into your practice of the day is this. When you get stuck into a loop, ask yourself, why am I allowing myself to be in this loop? What is it going to take to come out of this loop? Can I use my breath to come out of this small little place that I'm stuck in and explore another region of the universe of my mind? So, for today's practice, again, it's nice and simple. We're going to get into our posture. We're going to put on our favorite track. We're going to begin to breathe, and we're just going to continue to come back to the breath. You take a deep breath in, exhale, and let it come out. And then if you find yourself drifting away from your breath, away from the focus of feeling your diaphragm coming up and down, and you begin to see your brain looping, I want you to just simply identify your mind looping and to say, why am I in this small corner? Then, if I'm going to be distracted from my breath, let's check out the vastness of my mind. So it's not a right or a wrong thing when you get into a loop. I want you to just simply become aware of that loop and to question why you're in that small little section of your mental universe and why you're not exploring another.